Welcome everyone to our brand new Fantasy HQ. We are your one-stop shop for terrible fantasy football advice.
No.
I know I am.
Yeah, you are.
It's horrible.
I'll apologise for last week for anyone who suffered through my Teddy advice. He killed it. But I digress, because I have to. We are the NRL Fantasy Gurus. To your left is Red from Mervyn's FG. To your right is Mitch from Mitch's Lads FG. Middle, Alex from Goose FG. Exciting week of fantasy football. Back into the good scoring again. Don't know about you lads.
Shut up.
Okay. Just me then. First, we'll jump it over to Mitch for the NRL Guru Fantasy Player of the Week. Who was it, Mitch? Was it my captain?
I actually don't want to talk about it, so let's move right along.
So Cameron Munster.
Got pipped. Good work, Red.
Yeah, mate, read it out. You know you want to.
Alright, I'm getting the honours because he was my captain. With 1 try, 2 line breaks, 3 try assists, 3 tackle busts, 2 line break assists, 51 tackles, 60 run meters and 60 kick meters.
Why'd you say it's so flat? Where's the energy? Where's the feeling?
I thought that was better than you.
Yeah.
Mr. Captain Cook himself. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Damien Cook.
Did he endeavour to do better?
The
Thanks.
NRL Fantasy Guru Player of the Week. Damien Cook.
I just got that. That was nice.
And it's a slow burn over there. Put it on simmer.
We go from highs, we hit the lows again, just like last week. We got a monster injury report.
It's I think it's actually bigger than last week.
What's bigger, Cook's score or the injury report?
Let's go for the injury report because I don't want to talk about Cook.
Yeah.
I do.
We'll kick it off. Michael Jennings has a calf injury. Looks like he's out for about 2 weeks. Alex Johnson has a knee injury. Looks like he's going to miss about a month of football.
Big news for Alan, who could come into that
Yeah,
spot.
well, he looks like he's been out full back there. So, Boyd Cordner is going to miss a week through concussion. Michael Gordon going to miss a week with a leg injury. Jordan Rapana has a sprained PCL.
Not getting any luck.
Not really sure what that is, but he's out for.
There's
nothing
nothing
wrong
wrong
with
your
No?
pick.
Okay. We'll
God,
cut
I'm
that.
glad you don't read the injury report.
Jordan Rapana looks like he's out for about 4 weeks. So Jack Bird unfortunately is finding a bit of form there for the Broncos. He's sadly done for the season. Adam Elliott has an ankle injury. He's going to miss a week. Jerome Hughes, I'm not sure if he's actually come to yet. He's going to miss a week.
Well, Sivo's been missing the Reaper, but God, he was the Reaper.
Yeah.
Hughes. They killed him.
Another bit of a sad one. Finally got back in the squad, and he looks like he's out for about 3 months now. Curtis Scott.
Yeah, that was sad. Played really well.
Yeah, he had a really good game out there. Wade Egan going to miss a week with a shoulder. Tupou, and obviously his neck injury. That was sad to see him stretch it off, but all clear.
Yeah, that's good.
Going to miss a week. What are we up to? Sivo.
The Grim Reaper got him for 1 week.
He's going to miss a week through suspension.
What a shame.
Sivo killed a guy.
And he only got 1 week.
Yeah, I know.
Good. I think we should go work for the NRL. The judiciary system seems to be a lot better over there.
Alright, now these are the annoying ones. These are the late mails. You got to try and stay on top of it. Will they play? Won't they play?
There's one I'm not looking forward to, Mitch. Burned a lot of people last week.
Yeah, we'll save him for last. Matt Pryor, neck injury. Check your late mail. Appy Coruscant, calf injury, late mail. Fanua Blake, knee injury, late mail. Lachlan Croker, hamstring, late mail. Edric Lee, foot, late mail. Jake Granville, concussion, late mail. Nathaniel Roach, back late mail. And the killer of a lot of fantasy teams last week, Andrew Fafita, late
That's the
mail.
one, yeah. Sorry for anyone who captained him.
Yeah,
Oh.
a few out there.
We'll move on to everyone's favourite segment.
Yeah, Wall Street. Where we buy and sell and buy. And sell.
Alright.
Yeah.
You dig it?
I know. It
I'm
just
digging
came to me. I was
We
just
got a
feeling
song
Just
it.
cheering it up
Yeah.
there, mate. Just cheering her
We
up.
got hand stuff
We got
and music.
Yeah, we went Wiggles on it. You know, I like the Wiggles.
You
You like
ruined it.
Wiggles?
You ruined it.
It's where we talk buys and sells and either pump the brakes or buy everywhere's, you know, guru's choice. Now, as someone screwed up again, we have to start with sells.
Who did it?
And,
Who?
well,
was that?
how about we start with whoever screwed up? Whoever screwed up, go first.
Actually, if you screw it up, put your hand up.
Screwed up. Screwed up. But I did say food for thought, which covers me for anything I
No,
said.
it doesn't.
That's like saying no offense.
But you're a piece of shit.
But I'm sure no one listened to me. Like, if anyone out there did listen to me.
I don't know. I read through the comments.
I'll
Yeah,
send
there
you
were some comments on the channel that they did take your advice.
Put your address down, I'll send you a gift basket.
Don't put your address down. God knows what you'll get.
It's been doing a lot of candidates.
So what do you want me to start with then?
Sell, mate. You screwed up.
Okay.
Sell.
I'm gonna go a safe option.
Oh my god.
I don't want to.
You don't want the backlash again?
No, I don't want the backlash.
Well, put your balls on the line, mate. It's what we're here for.
No, I'm gonna sell Lachlan Burr.
Well, you know what? Actually, not that safe. I think.
Well, I've
Yeah,
had
not
him
bad
from
week.
the start. I think he's peaked. His break even's 49. He had a down week, 28 points last week. It's probably his only second score under 30 for the season. He played 50 minutes, which is less than what he usually has been getting lately. But I just think, he's about that peak price now. People are looking in to bring, Tamalolo. A lot of people are asking about him. So I think there might be a good swap there. Burr, Tamalolo, free up a bit of cash somewhere else. But yeah, for me, Lachlan Burr, he's my sell this week, and I am bringing Tamalolo. So there you go. That's
Classic Alex copying my team.
Yep.
Nice. Sounds about right. Is that how you win every year? You wait till find out what I've got, and you have like some nice little point of
Mate,
difference.
if I brought in everyone you had, I'd go down the ladder.
I am going down the ladder. Look, leave me alone. It's always a 1-on-1. Look, I actually don't think he's put like too safe. I think he still has the potential for the big weeks. I just think that they were against a tough team as well.
When he was getting those big scores, he was offloading, he was breaking tackles. I think he made a few too many errors with it. I think Kearney's asked him to turn it back a bit, and now he's losing his fantasy value in that respect. So for me,
He's been a solid contributor all year. But yeah, obviously he's not going to play round 12.
Warriors are getting healthier too.
Warriors are getting healthier, and
as
as well as that, you don't have to. If you got a little bit of spare money, you can almost trade him straight for Tamalolo if you don't already have him. So it's not bad. I don't mind that.
All right, Mitch.
Can't wait for him to
You
score
sell
4 tries this week.
it was 3 try assists and a try.
Yeah, there we go. That sounds about
Sorry,
right.
my bad. I'm selling Thomas Flegler from the Broncos.
Okay.
He was a popular cash cow at the start of the year. I think he's peaked. His break even is 27 this week. He's 347k. His minutes are only going down. Doesn't play around 12. And they've got a lot of better players not playing at the moment. Like Jaden Stewart, how's he not getting the game? As well as that, they've named Seguiara outside 17. And I think he's going to find his way onto the bench. And that's going to... If he plays, he could get more minutes. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if he takes the spot on the bench and he doesn't play at all.
Well, I think they need him, no offense to Turpin, but, they need a better hooker. He's so fresh. And with the forward pack they've got, they need a bit more out of dummy half. And I think that's definitely something that Seguiara provides. A lot of that, just that couple of steps out of dummy half, engage the markers. And with a really good front row behind him, he's going to perform well.
In saying that though, Turpin, going off topic, once he started going forward in that second half, he looked really good. And he's a bit of a workhorse in defence. So.
Needs to work on that kicking game, though.
Yeah, good lord. But yeah, no, I agree. I think definitely better options out there. Better options there. And even at the price, better options.
There's plenty of cash cows. Now's the time to trade him in. Make
Few
a bit of
over
money.
balls.
There you
Like
go.
every week, I'll put those in the bottom of the screen, cover Mitch up, do everyone a favour.
Yeah.
Some cash cow options there.
Yeah.
My crutch.
Yeah, moving on. So speaking of juniors, my sell, Tavita Pangai Jr. Now, a lot of people have him. He's 566k. Has a break even of 60. Plays round 16. And now he's coming off the bench. So to give you a bit of an idea on that, over the last 3 weeks, he scored 46 from 58 minutes, 36 from 57 minutes, and then 20 from 28 minutes. That is just a downward trend if I've ever seen it. And I think with his price at 566, we've talked about how many cash cows there are. That could be the difference between you getting Tamalolo and not. Because we know he's playing around 12, he's going to keep getting big minutes. And he's coming back from injury, he's still getting 50s. So he's only going to get better and better.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think with the free money that you're going to have, you can definitely do switcheroos on that.
And it's definitely like there's some quality second rivals going around at the moment.
Fisher
Cash
Harris. I love Fisher Harris though, especially if he's playing 80 like he did last week. I think he's a must bring in for round 12. But the thing that upsets me most about Tavita Pango Jr. is how much we hyped him up at the start of the year.
Yeah.
And we all loved him. We all thought he'd be
We did.
the next Fafita, the next, Marty. So
You know what I'm grateful about though?
We
He
did.
had the injury at the start of the year, so none of us actually brought him into our team.
But otherwise, I was
Same
so
as-
high on him. Like,
Yeah, so was I. He was in there at the start, but
I don't think a lot of it's his fault. Like, Seabold's under a lot of pressure to make better decisions with the team and get the right people in the right place, and he's trying to fiddle around with it, but that just creates uncertainty for players. And for fantasy, you don't want uncertainty.
no.
You want as surefire as you can get, and a player who's trending downwards, you can't have it.
speaking of emergence of someone like Payne Haas doesn't help his cause too.
Oh, how good's Payne Haas?
Yeah.
Honestly, think
Wish I had him from the start of the year.
Oh god.
Anywho, so that sells for all of us. Now we're going to walk on into buys, and with that nice little segue, I'm going to go first and talk about Dylan Walker. Now, he's back.
In park form.
In park form.
Well, maybe. I hope so. That'd be great. I just hope he doesn't sell his soul for a bunch of pogs. That'd be awkward. But Dylan
Simpsons
Walker,
joke
right?
If no one got that.
Maybe the younger people won't get it. But anyway, so Dylan Walker finally cleared of any wrongdoings. He wasn't playing for the CEO's non-offensive rule. I don't know what it's called, but it's
Yeah, something like that.
where if they're under investigation or have been charged by the police, regardless of whether they're guilty or not, they're excluded from the game with pay. He's now been cleared of everything. He's back. He's super cheap. He's 354k. Now, it's really, really hard to give stats and put a bit of an emphasis on how well they're going to do for a guy who hasn't played all year. So I've done a bit of research and I've looked at the next 3 opponents for Manly. Now they've got the Sharks, the Titans, and then the Panthers. And what I also did was I checked how centres scored against those guys. So the last 3 weeks against the Sharks, centres have averaged 34. Against the Titans, 51. And against the Panthers, 35. Which overall, over the next 3 weeks leading into Origin, he's averaging 40 points for centres against those teams.
Bang on 40.
Well, wouldn't that be saucy? But yeah, I think, and they play the Panthers in round 12, and that's the first game as well. So I just think that with the potential that's there over an average of 40, I think you can expect a fair bit out of Dylan Walker, who I don't think there's anyone in the league right now who has more to prove than that guy.
As well as that, he might be goal kicking with DCE being out.
Could
so
be.
he was kicking last year.
I'm glad you said goal kick because then I'll throw it over to it's a contract year. You bang on about those.
I
So
do. I'm big
I'm
on
going to throw it
contract
in
years.
there. Yeah, contract year, goal kicking, lot to prove. He'll be raring to go. Apparently, he did extra work in the off season
Yeah.
and while he was suspended, to make sure it was ready for when he came back.
As well as that, we can't forget round 12 cover. Like we talked about that last week.
Yeah.
We didn't mention him because we didn't really know what's happening there, but now he's a great bring in for that round 12.
Yeah. And we'll talk, we had a lot of questions about what to do with centre over that time, because John Bateman's just thrown everybody into a tumble well. No one know what to do, and
Yes,
Dylan
he
Walker
fell
could be
off.
the saviour.
Still
He could be
thinking about
everyone's saviour for centre. He's cheap, and he's definitely playing. Like I said, no one has more to prove right now than Dylan Walker.
Yeah, I don't see Moses Sully pushing his way back.
Well, he got a fractured finger.
Yeah, I mean he's out 4 to 6 weeks actually.
But I don't see him making his way in over Walker if he plays well.
Well, I could see Sully actually being out for a while because they thought it was a dislocation and they were trying to get it back in, but it was actually a fracture. They were making it worse on the field trying to fix it.
I just forgot to mention that. Moses Sully is going to be out for about 4 to 6 weeks with a finger injury.
Get that scroll back out.
Anyway, so Mitch, we're going to find out who you're buying this week. my friend.
Look, there's 2, in my opinion, great cash cow second rows getting around at the moment with obviously Hudson Young and I would have brought this guy in last week, but he was suspended. Liam Martin for Panthers.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He's got he's starting at lock this week. I expect him to get around that 50-60 minutes. Break even at 0, only 281k. Plays round 12, and I really think he's a guy. The Panthers have had nothing go right for him all year, but he's a guy who still can probably say, you know what, I've done everything this week, and I feel like he's really actually earned that spot. So I think at the moment that's his spot to lose.
The way their season's gone, they're almost out of contention to even make the top 8. Like it's close to mathematically impossible for them. So I think another 2 losses.
Run, yeah.
I think 2 more losses and they're done at all, based on how much it takes to get into the top 8. So I think at this point they're at let's just get our young guys who we want for the future.
And they're
Let's just
hungry.
get him out there.
They're hungry.
Yeah,
That's something to
absolutely.
prove.
And their forward packs are nothing. Okay, James Tarmo's been pretty good. And
Fisher
I think
Harris, yeah.
Fisher Harris, but I don't know. I don't really consider that. I think the middle 3, so you props in your lock, your proper forwards, and then everyone just goes to the edge. But I think
You look at someone like Regal Campbell-Gillard, who's had a down year. Like,
he's done nothing. And I think the reason why Tamo got
He's not
captain,
17 this week.
oh, really?
they've done an overhaul. But I think the reason why Tamo got captain, because they had 6 at the start of the year. I think they gave it to him because they didn't have a forward that was stepping up, and they wanted, you know what, let's just make one of them the captain, and then he's going to take that pack and ignite, because Maloney and Cleary haven't had anything to do because their forwards have not led a platform at all. So I think if Liam Knight realises that this is his opportunity, Liam Martin, sorry, it's Liam Knight for the Rabbitohs. If Liam Martin realises this is his opportunity, he's actually a really good player too, by the way.
He's a grub.
We love those. Anyway, I think, if he realises his opportunities right here, right now, he'll take it by the scruff of the neck and he'll do well. Okay, we've done Mitch and myself. Yeah, Terms.
Mine's
Tell
easy.
us who not to buy.
I like banging out a quick one because it's just like straightforward, it's easy, and because I
Sounds
screwed
like
it last week,
Sounds like a cop out already.
this is a massive cop out. Buying Jason Tamalolo.
Oh,
It's
Herbs.
safe as houses.
Did you find him? Tell us about him.
Tell me all about him.
66 break even, so it potentially could wait one more week, but I'm ringing him in this week. 735k. He's averaging 49.5 average, even with that injury affected round. I just think now's the time. Need it for round 12. Everyone's bringing him in. I'm bringing him in. Easy, done. When then, thank you, man. Jason Tamalolo.
Well, because I've had Tamalolo since he came back, and I've been watching the games. He hasn't gone back to his old self yet, and he's still scoring in the 50s.
He's warming up.
When he gets there, good lord, watch out. I think he's going to get 60 pluses.
Wait till he hits those 300-meter games, which is so cool. They're just unbelievable.
So, wait till I bring you in though. If I don't do it this week.
How's he going to know Mitch? Oh, that's right, you guys are friends.
There we are.
But yeah, he hasn't even reached his peak of the year yet, and he's going to get better. Love it. Cop out, but I love it. Moving on. Herbs, we're going to double up on you. Are you pumping the brakes, or are you giving the warning on a buyer beware?
I am putting my foot down on the pedal. I am pumping the brakes on a big one. Mitch mentioned him briefly in the injury report because he's a sort of will he play, won't he? Andrew Fafita, 780k. Pump the brakes. He's a dead set fantasy gun. Keep him in your team all year. He'll play round 16, the second bye round. He lost 71k last week with that 11-point effort. So he took a massive hit. He's got probably the biggest break even I've ever seen at 93.
It's huge.
But he's still averaging 55 points for the year. He's generally getting over a point per minute. Like he's averaging 1.01 points per minute. He's over that one mark. He's the best, one of the best, top 5 I'll say fantasy players. So just keep him. I love his grunt. I think he'll play this week. But the problem is he's playing end of the week. It's a bit hard to sort of shuffle it around. But I think for the long term, you keep him. Pump the brakes. Don't get rid of Fafita. Trade out someone else.
It's a tough one at the moment because obviously everyone's trying to figure out who to get out so they can bring in the round 12 guys. And it is tantalising to have Fafita sitting there and you're like, will he play, won't he play? Well, that's a straight swap plus money and I can get Tamalolo. So it's, definitely, I'm struggling with it this week and I hate that they're the last game.
Well, I could understand when people were panicking when they thought 4 to 6 weeks at the start of the year. Like everyone thought it would be
I was kind
more
of
long
hoping
term.
it was, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd rather that.
But
I know. But no offense, I don't want to get it.
If he's not back this week, he's definitely back the week after, and he's a dead set gun.
He's one of the few players, and when you talk about top 5 fantasy players, they're keepers. If you brought him in, you never sell them unless they're injured.
So those players like Cook,
serious.
Smith, Desco, Feeder.
I think RTS has slipped into there.
Yeah, he's
been killing it. And I think there's certain players that once you've got him in, you cannot sell them. And I think Fafita is in that range. I think if he's healthy, he needs to be in your team. And he's been named, so it can't be much that he's going to be out. 1-2 weeks max.
And I assume most people have cover. Yeah. You know, you might take a hit of like 20 points this week, but
in the long term.
Yeah. Well, most people have Payne Haas out there now, so if most people have him for the bench, and if not, there's a few other cheapies out there, like Collins, pretty cheap. Some people had him, Dylan Napa. There's cover there. If you don't have cover for front row...
I feel like we just mentioned Big Papi for the sake of mentioning Big Papi.
I didn't say Big Papi.
We didn't actually, I think you dreamed it.
Yeah, must be. Was he whispering sweet nothings to you? He was.
That's just the video on repeat.
Which one?
All of them.
That's a montage.
Yeah, there we go. Alright, cool. So, Herms, I wouldn't say a cop-out, because it's actually, I think, the biggest headache in fantasy this week.
Absolutely.
To or not? Andrew Fafita.
And
Tough.
I think we all had a bit of a question about this week.
I'm
Still.
Yeah, it's heavy. Alrighty, Mitch, pump or B?
It's a little bit of both this week.
Oh, wait, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
Okay, let's pump then! Pump him hard! Michael Morgan. I mean, if you have him, like you still got vertebrae last week, got sin binned, missed like 6 tackles, 2 penalties, and he's still got not a great score, but an alright score. Obviously, we don't know what happens with Origin at the moment. Both, I've never seen the New South Wales and Queensland teams both so up in the air. And we don't really know if he's going to play Origin. So if you'd hate to trade him out now, doesn't get picked, and then plays round 12. I think for now it's worth holding him another 2 weeks to see. And like he's still scoring quite consistently in that mid-40s.
I think he's scoring great. I think you can get over 30 and still get sin binned. You're a great player.
Yeah.
But
Because you take a penalty plus the 10 points for the sin binning, so like it's 12 points you lose just from one play. So yeah, I think he is a great option to keep there because with Queensland up in the air, with the fact that John Asiata's playing at 5'8", he's the dominant half, and we've talked about dominant halves and how important they are, and he's still scoring well even with them not doing that well. That's rare for halves.
just base stats on kicking. If you're doing every kick in the game, you're going to get about 400 kick meters. That's 20 points a game just there. He has the ability to get try assists. He has the ability to break tackles. He's a dynamic player. He has the ability to get tries.
And he loves the 40-20. He loves going for it.
His kicking game is getting better.
But I will say, if you don't have him, don't bring him in.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because obviously he's still, I'd say probably 50-50 chance of going to Origin. So if you have him, it's worth holding. If you don't have him, don't bring him in.
But at least hold him until round 12 till you know.
He did both.
No, he didn't. He said pump the brakes.
But that was a by the way.
It wasn't a bite.
I heard it
was
right out of his mouth.
I'm not allowing
Cop
it.
out!
It's the week of cop-outs.
Which one are you? Hey, I don't cop out.
Who are you going with?
That was a
I'm
great.
not copping out. Look, there was a young player by the name of Ryan Pappenhausen, and Hermes wanted me to say it because he can't say it. Ryan Pappenhausen.
Give it a
He
go.
played for Melbourne. Almost. Try again.
It's a slight Z in there.
Papen Schmassel?
Yeah,
Nailed
that's
it.
Well done.
So he scored 69, and I think he played 38 minutes. Somewhere in there. It was sub 40 minutes, because it was after Hughes got concussed by your mate, the Grim Reaper.
Killed him.
So he's at 235k, and he's already shot up to 6%. I don't think he was on more than 0.5% before that. And he's already shot to 6%. You guys are bringing him in. I think he's a buyer beware. You know, this guy, he's only filling in for Jerome Hughes, who's only going to be out for 1, maybe 2 weeks. Maybe. So it's concussion. So it's a small period. He usually only gets low minutes, and he only usually gets them at the back end of the game.
Yeah.
So, and he plays in the middle. Like he's like a roving forward at that size. I don't know how. But yeah, I don't think that any more than 2 weeks. He doesn't even play round 12. So bringing in non-round 12 players right now is just crazy.
Especially when there's people like Martin and Young. So
That's
if
right.
you're trying to get a cash cow, these guys are actually going to make you money and play round 12. Like, you'd be silly to bring in Pappenschmuckel or whatever his name is.
Schmeckles. So yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this, with the Curtis Scott injury, there might be a chance that when Hughes comes back, they might slot him into the centre position.
They got
or
that
something, but
We had Marion
Sebe?
Sebe who was
Yeah.
playing there, and he was on the bench for a while, and then he came in because he earned his spot. They gave Curtis Scott another crack, played like a dream, and then got injured.
But you can't deny form, so there is a chance they might.
Look, there is a chance, but
Anything's
that's why it's
possible.
beware and not anything else. Like, it's just beware on him because you don't know what Craig Bellamy's going to do with him. There's 3 dudes playing for that fullback position that Billy left behind. You've got Scott Drinkwater, Jerome Hughes, and now Ryan Pappenhausen.
And from more reports, Drinkwater was the favourite to he
was.
Tory Spec.
Yeah.
And let's be fair, with a score like that, they were versing children on the weekend.
Oh, well, okay, so he came on. He came on for Jerome Hughes, who was concussed and didn't come back for the game, and that's why Sivo was sin binned. So he came on, he was playing against 12 men, and Parramatta didn't touch the ball once. Oh, sorry, no, they did. Clint Guths knocked it on. That was the only time they touched that ball in the 10 minutes. Yeah. So please beware and don't assume that he's going to get that every week or even get those minutes ever again. If he's not playing fullback.
So buyer beware, Papin Schmackelman.
Papel and Schmackeling.
I like it. I like it.
Big fan.
Let's just call him Ryan. Play it safe.
Killing it, right?
Let's go.
Good work, mate.
Let's go on a little puppy.
Guys, it wraps up Wall Street.
If my editing's good enough, I'll try and put that in slow-mo. Alright, so from that we move on to Q&A.
Ooh, okay.
You know, I like throwing these at you without any prep.
I don't like the no prep bit.
You know, it's fun.
Can't work under these conditions.
I usually take from the YouTubers, but I won't take from the Instagram guys. So just so you guys know, if you don't know, you can DM us on.
I thought you were going for big puppets on there.
On this.
At the NRL Fantasy Gurus. Like us, follow us on that. Can you like us on Instagram? You can like our photos. It's called a blooper reel, actually. So check that out.
Don't check it out. Horrible.
Alright, so the first question is from Samson Island on NRL Fantasy Guru Instagram. Why was Marnie starting on the bench last week?
Mitchell, the Parramatta guy, please.
I believe, and it didn't work.
Really?
Well,
Tight game.
no, it didn't work. Parramatta wanted a bit more size at the start of the game. So they wanted to put a few more big bodies in there. And we saw how well that worked.
So Craig Bellamy blasted every Melbourne player, almost berated them, and saying that no one's job was secure and that they better go out there and show why they want to play for Melbourne.
Thanks,
Unfortunately, because we lost to Cronulla and then we played Parramatta, and unfortunately for Parramatta, they're on the back end of that. And Brad Arthur, being a former Melbourne man himself, knew what Craig Bellamy would do and what the players would do, tried to prepare for that with a bit of size and take away some aggression. Unfortunately, there was horrible service at a dummy half. Clint Gutherson was a dummy half, which took away one of your attacking weapons. It was a complete schmozzle, and it buried him hard. So I don't imagine Brad Arthur's going to be doing that again.
No. Marnie even came out this week and said that he expects to be starting again this week.
He better be.
And I don't think anyone will argue that. So thanks for the question, Samson Island. We've got another one from... No, I got that wrong. That was from Jacob Groves.
Oh, Grovesy!
So Grovesy on the first one. This one's from Samson Island. My scribbles. Do you know why Lachlan Lewis isn't starting and when will he be back?
Because he's not good.
I disagree. I think he is good.
He's got a weird kicking style.
My grandfather kicks the ball quicker than he does.
Maybe, but does he kick it as accurately? He's one of the most accurate kickers. I actually think it was because Cogger was playing well and they had to decide whether to get rid of one or the other for foreign. Look, if you got him, I think selling him at round 12 once you know he's going to get that opportunity again. But I think Dean Payne's the issue there because he didn't even start Reece Martin, which was an absolute mistake. And did he go back to the bench again? Because he's not at lock.
He's on the bench this week.
Well, again, why? He's a good player. And again, I blame Dean Payne. So if you can't trust a mad scientist like him or Brad Arthur, well, what do you get?
Love you, BO. Thanks for re-signing that.
I just got some fan comments too that I thought I'd throw out there. I thought were pretty funny. Last week, Kyle Field, 25 minutes, nobody finished their beer. Lift your game, lads. That's why we're on the spirits.
Mine was
shame,
but I'll take it.
I've got about a sip left, so I was going to save that for the cheers.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
and also,
I
just love the comment that David Carter left last week where he said, definitely on the Terps this weekend. I thought that was hilarious. So he obviously got Turpin into his team. So
Judge.
hopefully everyone watching got on the Terps last week.
Get on the Terps.
Get on the Terps.
Good for you.
Alright, now we move on to our league standings. We have a new NRL Fantasy Guru League leader.
So this guy did whatever it takes.
So whatever it takes is gone. We got a new one. You got a down week.
Missed my joke, that's fine.
Oh, we heard it. It got the response it deserved.
Now I don't know how to say the leader's name, but I'm just gonna. It's Quaz WSX.
Yeah.
Quazix.
Haswicks.
Klappenschlager.
So it's Ryan Pappenhausen.
So he's leading the league on 8,054 points. Well done,
Very nice.
you are leading the NRL
Very
Fantasy
nice.
Guru lead. I'm coming for you, man.
He'll copy your team if he finds out what it is. They're coming.
And the leading score of the week with 991. Still, people aren't cracking that 1,000 again, which we want to get back to. But Grandfather Scott Dog 06.
Well done.
Well
Cool
done
name.
with 991.
Cool name, I like it.
Obviously didn't have to feed her.
Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you for
Liking, subscribing, and commenting.
I nearly did it myself.
You
I
better.
nearly
You can't
did.
take the man's bit. That's like me letting you do Wall Street. Never happening.
Not with my tips. But thank you guys for everything. DM us at NRL Fantasy Gurus on Instagram. Leave your comments below, and we'll catch you next week.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Cheers.
Subscribe.